Hey everybody, David SUP Customs. 1.25 gallons. We'll get 2 boards with 6 horsepower engines motoring all day long for miles. It's nice not having a $100 fuel bill when I come back. Wanted to give a rundown about the boards. We were the DIY guys 6-7 years ago as customers, Austin and me, when he financed his first board at 13. And everyone, Watersports would send people to us for just, where do you get that Amazon plate? Where did you get that jerry rig transom? And it was great. We gave people advice, but we didn't perform like we do now. We didn't run skinny like we do now, as skinny. So all of that customer and just helping guys out with advice turned into SUP Customs, and we engineered everything right now. Everything runs. So one, you can trust us to be the ones to come to for advice. We just don't get on a fad. We don't get on a trend. And two, you can trust us to sell you what you need and nothing more or less. We want you to ride it safely, and we want you to really enjoy it. And it is a paddleboard, so you have to tune it in right for you and your body weight and your goals. So wanted to give you a rundown of my setup and why I do what I want, because you'll see this whole full setup and you'll see comments of, we're just faking or pretending, I don't know. So I'm gonna give you a rundown of what I need for me, 42-year-old man, and what Austin needs. And Austin's not running a trolling motor today, and we have our micro pole today, both of us, because we'll be running skinny and shallow, but he's not running it. He's just going to chase down cobia. What's kind of cool at this spot, this is our favorite place in the world. We have snook, redfish, cobia, 500 yards can catch all three. So it's really, really cool. So he's just going to do that. But like Costa Rica, he needs a spot lock trolling motor or something. He'll put the Rodan on there. But this is my setup today. I'm going to do the same thing he's going to do. And I do enjoy paddling from time to time. But we don't work just small creeks all day, or maybe grass, flood tides, or something like that, to where we're not being thrown around a lot while we fish. We're fishing the wide open ocean. We'll go 2 miles offshore, and then we'll come in and we'll go two miles backcountry. So offshore, I really do need this trolling motor or something like that as I'm chasing down cobia on stingrays today. But when I go to the backcountry, I really don't need this because it'll be 3 inches of water, kind of too shallow for even a trolling motor. But I do need my micro pole. So I got a $700 trolling motor on the front here. This is a transom mount, so you'll need a transom mount adapter to our front utility plate. I like it because it stores like this, and I can put stuff under it. I got my Yak Attack black pack here. I got cup holders on the top that I throw drinks in and lures in and all that kind of stuff. And this is my dry box just for all my junk, my trash. This is my trash can. This is all my lures. It holds anything from this bubble blade net to all my fishing rods as I'm motoring. So that's that setup. I have it hooked up to, you can come around here, Austin, to this, we sell this power box. This Dakota Lithium power box is waterproof. It has the battery here. This will go for 12 miles if I wanted it to, 15 miles for 10 hours on this trolling motor. It's phenomenal. The 60, this is the 135, but the 60 will get you all day too. I got AC power, 110s, USBs. This just went to a baseball tournament with my son and me and my wife, and it ran our Icy Breeze cooler for 8 hours while we watched the games. I love investing something on the, I love investing in something on the board that can be used for real life. So the family loves it, camping, you name it. I got my paddle. I got my double header rod holder, paddle holders. I like 2 of them. So this thing's not going anywhere. I got my Yak Attack fishing rod holders to our new jerry rig mighty rail system, to where it is not going nowhere, even on plastic tracks. You can see I still got some of the barn over here. You can see we've already replaced them with aluminum, but this new system's phenomenal. I got my turtle box for music. I got my dry storage. We run Arctics, Rugged Roads, and the Eagle over there. So I got my seat. We also sell a metal backrest for this, if you want a metal backrest to lay against. I don't strap my stuff down, but if you wanted to, you would just use the Yak Attack strap it down. I move my cooler around all day long based off weight distribution. If I'm running in 2 to 3 inches, I'm further up, getting my prop up. If I'm running in 2-foot chop, I'm going back, get my bow up, all that kind of stuff. I got my gas can, but we do recommend 4 horsepower or more. We do recommend just going with an external tank with a hose. That would clamp in right here. You would turn the gas to external, and then set your external gas tank and forget it. I got my Hell's Mate. This is the best engine extension handle on the market for the extendable versions, because remember, you need to extend on this. So if you're driving further up and running skinny, this needs to go further out. And then if you, again, want to get your bow up, then this needs to go further back. So you definitely need one there. One of the biggest things about, most important things for me is my micro pole. I'm just not the type, I'm 42 years old. I'm not the type that wants to paddle all day. There are times out there I want to paddle, but I want this to get me out there to enjoy fishing all day and getting up current to catch fish and not fighting the winds and fighting everything. So I need the trolley motor. I need this, but you know, Austin, like today, he can paddle around and do his thing. But this, if I see a school of redfish in front of me about 60 yards, and I'm going 5 miles per hour with the wind to them and drifting, I don't have time to throw an anchor, make that noise, to manually spike out. I need to hit a button and be locked down. So my thing on this board, I'll show you, is if I'm using my paddle, because you don't really need a push pole on these things. I'm paddling, I'm keeping myself straight. I'm not using the trolling motor because I'm like 3 inches of water and whatever, and I'll be drifting to those redfish. What it is I'll see them and I'll go paddle down, double click here, grab my pole, and I'm casting on those redfish rather than trying to manually spike out, and by then I'm too close to them, I've made noise and they're gone. So that's why I need that for several reasons, fighting currents and all of that. And again, if you're gonna go with a larger engine, go with this 6, don't go with the 4s, because they're the same exact engine, just a 6 horsepower has a bigger carb in it. This was actually a 4 in the past. We put a bigger carb in it and made it a 6. I got our aluminum engine mount here. This is what made us credible and made this L4 get on plane for the first time. It was our technology on our plate. This is aluminum welded. You can put anything on the tracks. It's just T-bolts. Put the plate on, and then put accessories on like fishing rod holders, anything. Obviously a micro pole connects to it. Anything you want, anything you can imagine, gas cans. So that's that. I got my cut prop on here and I run a cavitation plate on this bad boy. Remember, always put it on a negative pitch. Make sure your engine isn't tilted out. Make sure it's tilted all the way in. I think that's it. Austin, is there anything else you can think about? I got my bull bay rods. Yeah, I got my my reels. We run Florida Fishing Products reels, and this is a Stratic up there. Austin runs all Florida Fishing Products gear. Oh, definitely need your kill switch. And our rule of thumb is this: kill switch on our hands before anything happens back here, then neutral, and then throttle down, and then crank. And I use my paddle a lot of times to go into gear and stuff, so you don't have to walk all the way to the back. I got a full tank here, give me about 4 to 5 miles, but whenever I know I've went about 2 or 3 miles, I'll jump off, fill it up, rather than try to walk to the back to fill it up, which is another reason why we just say put an external gas tank on it and call it a day, so you don't have to worry about walking to the back. More weight in the front, the more you can walk to the back on the paddleboard. It's all weight distribution. I hope that helps. Any questions? All of us got bottom coating here, so as we're loading and unloading at ramps. It's an absolute fishing machine. We sell to minimalists that just need an engine to get in there. That's what we used to be. But as we started using these more and more and more, they turned into my go-to backcountry. And then I sold 2 boats. My dad kept his, so we have something. We have the Freedom Boat Club. We have like 30 locations within a few miles from us to take out pontoon boats, offshore, 24-foot offshore boats. We have all of that, we do all of that, but this is Austin and my boy's thing. We get on these things and we rip it. We don't care what the tide's doing. We'll find the fish wherever they're at. So reach out if you want to buy a setup, if you want to get tuned in. A lot of our bass guys just put a spot lock on the front, nothing in the back, and just bass fish. So we'll get you tuned in. That's the first question I'll ask you. What's your goals? And then we'll get you tuned in. So reach out if you have any questions, supcustoms.com or Instagram or Facebook messaging. Let us know what you think, and if you have any questions, take it easy.